For the next 5 weeks, I'm going to be backpacking through southern Africa. It's my first time in the continent, and I'll be starting in Cape Town, then travelling through South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, and finishing at Victoria Falls in Zambia. We've been in the park less than 5 minutes, and we've already got our first herd of elephants. It's got to be a record.
Yeah, it's a record, yeah. For less than 5 minutes to see the elephants.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Head down to the waterfront and get the boat out to Robben Island.
Please come through this way, folks.
Nelson Mandela's cell. How long did it take them to figure out what each bit of plant does? Like, how many generations of trial and error did it take?
We're about to go cage diving with some great white sharks. It's a good chance we're gonna get flipped. Beautiful end today. End of a safari, drinking beer and watching lions fly. Right then, I'm sitting here on the couch in my apartment talking to the camera, so it's got to be either the beginning or the end of one of my trips, as this is what I always do. This time it's Africa. Brand new continent for me, I've never been there before, and it's somewhere I've always wanted to go to. I mean, ever since I was a kid I've had a fascination with Africa. I mean, I remember when we were 8 years old, my class at school, we adopted an elephant through Go Wild, I think. Obviously the elephant was in Kenya, it wasn't wandering around the streets of Durham, but yeah, it's always been somewhere I've wanted to go to, I just haven't got around to it yet. So I'm flying out there by myself. I've got a week in Cape Town, staying in a hostel, doing all the amazing and crazy stuff that town has to offer. And then I'm on a 3-week tour with G Adventures, going up through South Africa, Namibia, across Botswana and into Zambia. We'll be finishing at Victoria Falls, and I'll have another few days there after the tour, just so I have time to, again, do all the stuff that place has to offer. And as for doing a tour, I mean, I always say when it comes to doing tours, it kind of depends on where you're going and what you want out of a trip. But for Southern Africa, I mean, if there's a few of us traveling together, I might have looked into trying to get a Jeep or something like that. But as I'm traveling by myself, covering a lot of distance, going to some very remote places, doing a tour just made sense for the experiences that I wanted to get out of this trip. And I'm going with G Adventures, and I've used them a few times before, and they've always been great.
That's how we do! You know it!
Now obviously Africa is a huge diverse continent, but I think when the West portrays Africa in a generalised way, it's either one of two extremes. We either get, you know, famine and AIDS and corruption, or we think of The Lion King. So obviously somewhere between the two is a reality, and that's what I really want to try and find out when I get there. What's it actually like being in Africa?
TIA, right, Med?
TIA.
What's TIA?
This is Africa.
So yeah, it's going to be one hell of a trip, and the last 2 weeks I've just been so busy with work, I haven't even had a chance to get excited about it, but now, today, I'm all packed up, ready to go, so I'm actually buzzing for this trip. I mean, you see my bags right here. I'm all packed up, ready to go. So yeah, I'm off to Heathrow. See you in Africa. Alright, I've made it to Cape Town. I've got 1 week here, and when I planned this trip I thought maybe a week's a bit of an overkill, because usually I don't like spending too much time in cities, you just see the sights and move on. But turns out I could have done with a month here because there's just so much to do. So this week I've just been cramming it full of day activities, going day tours to all these different places. First up was a day trip down to Cape Point, the most southwesterly tip of Africa, and we'll be making a few stops along the way. So it's a beautiful little drive down there, and right now we're going to go on a boat tour of Hotz Harbour, see a whole bunch of seals. Should be a good day ahead. Alright, place your bets. Who's going to be first to Chunder?
Oh, I'm definitely putting money on this guy.
Right,
night. We saw loads of seals and no one threw up. Successful boat trip. Stopping at Boulders to look at some African penguins. And the penguins own the beach here. We have to go on the boardwalks, the beach is there. And there's no selfie sticks allowed, which is a great thing. But you got lots of confused people who don't know how to take a photo now because they don't have a selfie stick. Oh, look at you looking at the camera.
Beauty is a penguin, it's terrible. I can't even joke off.
Oh, I got that on film. Matt's insights into penguin wildlife.
Beauty is a penguin, must be awful.
Next up, we hopped on some bikes and cycled down the last stretch towards Cape Point. Okay, so we started over there in Cape Town, bussed all the way down to here, then this is a little bit we cycled, and we're now at Cape Point. Climbing up to the lighthouse, it became a little bit too windy to try and film anything.
Made it to the Cape of Good Hope. Most southwestern point of the African continent. It's a small claim, but it'll do. And there was two Aussie guys on the trip with me that day, Jordan and Matt. Had top quality banter like Aussies always do, so they really made the day.
Remember that I walked down a thing?
You remember this moment forever.
The thing is, you'll remember the things that actually matter.
Yeah, I'm staying at the Ashanti Lodge, which is a great little backpackers, really good crowd there.
Cheers.
From Vancouver.
Yeah, enjoying time in South Africa.
Had lots of great evenings with everyone, and I'm not gonna lie, we've been drinking pretty much every night.
Let's do them tequila faces.
Through that, I've just booked all of my day tours, which has sorted me out for the entire week.
Next up was a winery tour with a company called Wine Flies. They took us through the Stellenbosch region, which is famous for creating some of the best wines in the world.
I'm not really a connoisseur of wine, but I can tell you it was absolutely gorgeous, and not just beautiful wine, but the locations we were in were just stunning. It's a lot of fun. We get to come to a beautiful place like this. I could spend all day here.
Our first zebras of Africa on a wine tour. Didn't expect that.
Usually on a wine tour, you go to a vineyard and you maybe try one or two. We tried at least 5 different wines at 5 different wineries, so it was basically just a sophisticated piss-up all day.
Just not bad, huh?
Last winery, everyone's got their hats on. See, even the deer's got his hats on.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoy Wine Flies? Yeah. So at the end of our free wine tour, we won some extra wine, so cheers.
And don't forget the finish.
Changing up the pace, I booked myself on a tour of Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was held prisoner.
Doing Robben Island, gonna learn some stuff about Nelson Mandela. What have we learned so far, Laura? Come on. How many years was he there?
27.
27 years. We're learning already. Here we go.
And that's incorrect. He was in prison for 27 years, the first 18 of which was on Robben Island, before spending the final 9 years in prison on the mainland.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Robben Island Museum.
Robben Island had been used as a prison as early as the 17th century, but it wasn't until 1961 that the South African government began using the island for convicted criminals and political prisoners. And 3 years later, in 1964, Nelson Mandela was sent here. The prisoners had to work in this lime quarry, and the glare from the sunlight reflecting off the rock permanently damaged Mandela's eyesight.
Despite the odds against the political prisoners, education to them was of most importance. They said, comrades, even if they take away our freedom, they will never take away our education. Let's fight for the right to further our studies while we are in prison. On the left-hand side of the quarry, we do have a small cave, and that cave became their first classroom.
After the bus tour around the island, we were then taken to the maximum security prison.
Is this where you leave us?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please have a seat.
One thing I wasn't expecting was our guide was a former prisoner of the island.
And my imprisonment, 1984 to 1991, 6.5 years. My present number was 3884. Arriving at the harbor, we had to walk up to the prison. Still shackled, chained and handcuffed. Please come through this way, folks. The one with the red buckets, that's the cell Nelson Mandela was in, 18 years.
Nelson Mandela's cell.
In 1989, the new state president, de Klerk, believed apartheid was unsustainable, and Mandela negotiated with him for the unconditional release of all political prisoners with their records expunged.
We were then officially informed that you guys are going home. Before I left for Johannesburg, I thought I should fulfill a wish. You know, when I was here on the island, every day going out to work around here on the island, I would look at that Table Mountain and say, man, one day when I leave this place, that's the first thing I want to do, get to that mountain. Well, I thought, okay, I was released earlier than expected, I must well fulfill my wish before I go back to Johannesburg, which is originally where I come from. So, went to Table Mountain, up the cable, now standing up there looking at this island. I remember I said, man, I'm never setting my foot on that island again. You know, came down, and then I joined the other guys. We went out for our very first lunch at KFC. Absolutely nice.
The thing that made the tour for me was our guide. For him to sort of go back there now as a tour guide is an incredible thing to do. And I asked him what it was like when he first came back here to do a tour, and he said he couldn't even complete the tour because it was just so traumatic. But our guide made a really good point that, you know, everyone goes there because of Mandela, but it's important to remember there was thousands of other political prisoners there who all played their part in fighting apartheid. It was great to learn a little bit about the history and the suffering that the people of South Africa have been through. Just saw these guys singing in the square. They're brilliant singers, got on film, and I bought their CD because I thought I could use their music throughout the video, and I asked them and they said, yeah, go for it. Now, looking at the back of the CD, track number 7 is Real Men Don't Rape. And you know what? They're right, real men don't rape, so that's a good lesson for all of us. But yeah, it'd be good to have a listen to this when I get home, because obviously I don't have a CD player with me, no one has a CD player. So yeah. Good stuff. One of the things I've been wanting to do for years is a shark dive with great white sharks, and Cape Town's the perfect place to do it. The only catch was my pickup time was 3:55 in the morning because it's a 2-hour drive to get out there. It's ridiculous o'clock in the morning, but about to go cage diving with some great white sharks. I don't sound excited because I've been up since 3:30, but this is going to be amazing. You get there, it's freezing cold, and then they want you to jump in the water with some sharks, and you're like, no, I don't really want to do that.
Excuse me, you can come down, please.
was amazing. Alright, just got out the cage, that was incredible. Once you get down there and you see the sharks, unbelievable. I was just on the edge here and one came right past the cage. But that was an unbelievable experience. So much fun. It's not scary. If you think it's going to be scary, it's not scary. It's just huge creatures coming right past you. I loved it. Sharks have been given a bad rep over the years, which has created an irrational fear of them. But actually, only about 5 to 10 people die per year from shark attacks all around the world. To put that in perspective, in the US alone, about 30 people are killed every year by dogs, and worldwide, around 400 people are killed each year by electric toasters. On the other end of the spectrum, it's estimated that humans kill 100 million sharks per year. That's over 11,000 sharks every hour. It's estimated there's only 5,000 great white sharks left in the world, 2,000 of which can be found here off the coast of South Africa. And whilst there's some controversy around some of the shark dive companies here and what they use to bait the sharks, Marine Dynamics are the only company that has a registered conservation trust, which means the money from the trip goes towards studying and conserving the sharks. Their recent studies show that there may be 50% fewer sharks here than estimated, meaning this magnificent species is a lot closer to extinction than they thought. It's been a brilliant start to the trip this week in Cape Town, and I've done so much, yet I feel like I've only really scratched the surface of the city, so yeah, I'll definitely be coming back to do some more. Looking forward to tomorrow, meet up the G Adventures group we're going to spend the next 21 days with, and we're going to hit the road, and that's when the African adventure is really going to begin. Right, it's morning here in Cape Town, about to start the tour. Might be able to tell from the sound of my voice that I've got a cold, so I'm feeling a bit like shit, but hopefully that's going to improve as the day goes. But yeah, I'm excited to finally get on the road. The plan for day one of the tour was we were going to drive all day, heading north through the South African countryside. Our first campsite is by the Cederberg Mountains, and since we'll be camping for the majority of the next 3 weeks, we were curious to see what kind of conditions we'll be living in. Not exactly roughing it for our first stop. We're here in beautiful wine country. Already done some wine tasting. We got a bar up there with a pool table and a swimming pool. So yeah, things are gonna get a lot tougher. So it's a nice to start off, nice ease into the camping lifestyle. There's Meg. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Just saying this is us really roughing it in Africa.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
Here's also to your trip. Here's to hopefully seeing the big five if you haven't already. Here's to a safe journey and a good journey. And please, when you go north, do not forget about us here in the south.
Cheers, guys. The plan for day two of the tour was we were going to drive all day, continuing north to our campsite at Orange River, which is on the border between South Africa and Namibia.
Oh man, it's a job like any other job. So I'll get tired when I get to the next destination.
Nice. How long have you had Simba?
He's there for good luck. Wherever I have Simba, happy days for me.
Brilliant. Alright, we are at campsite number 2 and we're going to go swimming from South Africa to Namibia across the river. And hopefully we won't freeze to death or drown or be eaten by crocs. That's the plan. And are we okay to swim across it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can swim across to Namibia.
To Namibia?
Without a passport, yes.
First up for England. It's Matt.
How is that?
Ooh, it's not cold.
Is it not cold?
It's fucking freezing.
Look, deflator.
Alright, see you later, lads. Border crossing. Running to Namibia. It's getting shallower. So it's not so much a swim as it is a light stroll. Yes! New country. We're in doing what we do best, just invading other countries. No passports, no nothing. Alright, conquered Namibia. Job done. Easy. Coming towards the end of the second day of the tour. We haven't actually done much yet. We're basically just speeding our way towards Namibia. So we're just going to chill the campsite tonight, have a barbecue, And then once we get to Namibia, sort of the activities and like the adventurous stuff, and obviously the wildlife really starts happening. Looking good, man. It's looking good.
Oh, getting there. In East Africa, we say pole pole, which translates to slowly, slowly. Yeah.
So we're just chilling at the campsite. This is not staged at all.
All right.
Now you gotta hold me up. You gotta hold me up. All right, Barman's going to give us a lesson how to correctly have a shot of Springbok.
And you hop slow to the water. One look. And look to the left. And look to the right. And then shakes your tail again. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And you go down and you pick it up.
That was delicious.
I serve Springbok, eh?
You only have one shot, come on, man. Bad better than you. In the morning, we officially crossed the border into Namibia, and then we drove all day, heading towards the spectacular Fish River Canyon.
Another beautiful day as we head towards the Fish River Canyon.
Alright, we're at campsite number 3. A bit different to the damp grass last night. We're on dry sand because we're basically in the Namibia desert. Yeah, all we did today was cross the border into Namibia and drive, and that's about it. But yeah, hopefully tonight should be awesome. Alright, we are at Fish River Canyon, which is the second biggest canyon in the world after Grand Canyon, even though that's technically a gorge. I think it's 160 miles long or 160 kilometers, and we're going to do a 2k walk over to the viewpoint over there. And we're going to set up there and have our supper whilst the sun sets. So it should be a beautiful evening. We get to the viewpoint, and Massive got his free wine and cheese and crackers whilst we look at this.
We're looking at the beautiful Fish River Canyon, the second biggest canyon in the world.
It's goon.
The taste of goon.
Why is it called Dune?
Ching!
And the Fish River itself, which is the longest river in Namibia, is 650 kilometers.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early morning back on the bus. Long drive today, but we've already seen ostriches, baboons, springboks. What else have we seen?
Maybe ostriches. That's very rare.
Very rare.
Yeah, it doesn't happen quite often. It's just a lucky morning for us.
Lucky morning.
Yeah, on our way to Sesri.
Nice. Good start to the day.
Oh, very good start.
We've just stopped in this tiny little town called Bethany, just in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what people actually do during the day around here, but yeah, you've noticed a change in the look of people's faces. They look very different to what we've seen so far. But there's also an old church here built in 1835, where the only thing they've changed is the roof. And that's about it. Yeah, just a good toilet stop and stock up some supplies. You're driving through the desert all day long and you want to have lunch. The only choice you've got is just stop by the road. Hot dogs on the menu. So we've driven for 5 hours from that direction, and we're going to be driving for another 3 in that direction. What are we looking at?
That's an oryx.
Female one.
Or a hemsbok.
Female one, I guess.
Female one?
Oh, it's got no penis. That's what you're looking straight at, isn't it? Well, it's the end of day 4 of the tour, and look where we are. I mean, this is Africa, you know, we're in the middle of Namibia, and it's absolutely beautiful, but I'm still really waiting for the tour to get going because, like, we've seen a few nice little things, but mostly it's actually just been driving and camping and packing and unpacking, so yeah, it's still waiting for everything just to really get going. But I think that might actually happen tomorrow because we've got some activities to do during the day, so having a good time, but I think there's a lot more fun to come.
We woke up at the crack of dawn and drove deep into the desert of Sossusvlei. We were heading towards Dune 45, which is a star dune that's composed of sand that's over 5 million years old.
Alright, it's first thing in the morning, let's go walk up Dune 45. This is really hard work, but it's worth it because it is stunning. This landscape was just unreal. Unreal. I mean, just look at it. It's like we're on Mars or something. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is without a doubt the best thing we've done so far. Knew today was going to be better. You guys coming? Yeah. You coming? Yeah. Oh, he's got mask on, he means business. All right.
He's ready.
3, 2, 1, to go.
Oh, cheers. You can't stop.
Some sand issues. How was it, mate?
Sunday. Everywhere.
You gone ginger, mate? Your hair's gone ginger. I don't remember there being a ginger member in One Direction. So we've just had the best morning ever on Dune 45. Get back to the truck and look at this. What have you got for us, boys? What have you got for us?
We have some bacon here. I'm making the best bacon. No, I'm making the best eggs.
What's better, the eggs or the bacon then?
I think the eggs, because they're cooked with loads of love.
I don't want to know what that means.
Our day was just getting started, and it was only a short drive to our next stop.
Second desert walk of the day. Head into the dead trees in the desert. I think this one's called the Big Daddy. Going bare feet this time. A lot easier to walk. It's a lot warmer. Whoa.
Oh, yes. So cool.
Oh. Now that is pretty special. Wow. This place is just unbelievable. It's like something out of a movie or something. One of the guys was saying it looks like your screensaver off your laptop, and that's probably because that screensaver picture was taken right here. The contrasting colours and just how dead the landscape is, but it's beautiful. I love it. Look where we are. Incredible.
Our driver quickly drove us back to the car park as we still had a lot to see today.
Good work, man.
We drove through the afternoon to our campsite, where we immediately hopped in another jeep to take us on a bushman tour of the desert.
This year we have quite a lot of animals: oryx, springbok, kudu, mountain zebra, steenbok, ostriches. There's so many because of this grass now having quite a lot of young ones. Government stop everybody, not allowed to shoot Hartmann's mountain zebra. If you have your own farm, then you're allowed to shoot 4 a year, not more than 4. because mountain zebra, they drink a lot of water. You can shoot 4 to sell the meat or the skin, get some money to fix the pump or buy petrol or diesel to pump more water than other animals they can drink, not more than 4.
What are you looking for? Spiders?
Yeah, spider. Like I said, if you look here, it's quite a lot of different traps. Then you see here, this is a trapdoor spider. You see that? That is a trapdoor.
Oh, wow.
You can see. See, this is the web. Inside, all the way, just like this.
So cool.
Yeah. See him?
Oh my God.
He's here. He's playing dead, but he's still alive. Here. Wake up. Wake up.
Sorry, Dad.
Wow. Is that the one that can kill? No.
No, this one not. And some baboon spider, they're 3 different, then some of them is poison.
I'm just in
Send
your
it this way.
No, don't.
After showing us a spider, everyone then wanted to know if he'd ever encountered any snakes.
What's happening for me 3 times. The second time was trying to climbing on the tree. Then the branch of the tree was laying like this, snake was on top. It didn't need, no. Then I just catch like this to go up, I said, shh, I said, oh, snake. Just holding like this, he came down on my shoulder, move, no problem. Snake can look at like a judge. If you said, just stop, even close to you like this, just look at him, don't turn around. Yes, what's happening for me many times. You can see climbing here or he go down. He don't really see. But if he just like, shh, then he move, that time he can feel, then easy to catch you.
That was a really cool evening, topped off with another perfect sunset. But our guide, I mean, I could have listened to him chat all night. Like, everything he said was fascinating, but he also had these really cool mannerisms and had a really lively way of telling his stories and explaining sort of the history of the place and the wildlife.
Snake eagle flying on top of the dunes.
And we spent the rest of the evening as the sun was going down, just driving around trying to spot more wildlife. And yeah, it was just a great end to what was a perfect day.
Traffic jam this morning, yeah?
Yeah, too much animal traffic.
No.
Oryx, zebras.
Busy day.
Busy day.
Back at the Tropic of Capricorn. Last time I was at the Tropic of Capricorn was 1 month ago in Queensland, Australia. New continent, but same line all around the earth.
We were heading out to the coast, to the small town of Swakopmund. We had a couple of nights here staying in dorms, which was a nice break from camping, so we all freshened up and went out for a team meal. And then things quickly got a bit messy. Swakopmund is a bit of an adventure town with a massive selection of activities available. And the first one I signed up for was sandboarding.
I've been snowboarding before, but only for a couple of days, so I wouldn't call myself a snowboarder, because I'm pretty terrible at it.
After having a few goes of very slow stand-up boarding, I tried the much easier lie-down boarding.
Got to 68 kilometers an hour, so that was pretty sick.
In the afternoon, we head back out on the dunes, but this time we were on quad bikes.
Alright, we are going quad biking. Apparently Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have been here and done this, so you know it's good. Yeah, we're an hour into the 2-hour ride. It's such a beautiful landscape. Driving around it, yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. It's not adrenaline pumping, it's just good, clean fun. We had a great couple of days recouping in Swakopmund before we were back on the road. Our route continued north through the desert, and tomorrow we'll be reaching Etosha National Park, where we'll finally get to go on our first safari. Where are we heading to?
We're going there, Space Cup. Are you doing the summit? Are you climbing up?
See how I feel when I get there.
All right. But you got loads of energy. You've been relaxing for 2 days, so it's time to do it. It's now or never.
Cool. So the plan is we're going to walk up there, but there's no path, so we don't know if we'll make it. And then we've got to get back down before it gets dark as well. Game on. I needed both hands free to scramble up the mountain, which meant I couldn't really film much of the journey up. Plus we knew whatever we managed to climb up, we'd have to figure out a way back down, and with the sun setting fast, time wasn't on our side. Somewhere over there is the top, but we've decided to be sensible and stop here. Because we've only got an hour left of sunlight, and it's going to take at least an hour and a half to get down. It'll be hard enough going down in daylight, never mind in the dark, so... Scratch the fuck. Matt's bleeding. I'm bleeding. But the view's still spectacular from here anyway. We have made it back down to the bottom with sunlight to spare. Still alive, a few cuts and bruises. It's definitely a beer at campsite now. What's on the menu, Ant?
The best barbecue chicken in Namibia.
Nice.
They call it fried chicken. Happy days. We are looking at Franzberg Mountain, the highest mountain in Namibia, about 2,600 meters above sea level.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where are we going to today?
Today we are going to the Mara Living Museum, which is interesting, just learning about the lost cultures of the Namara people.
Nice.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
You are good. Okay, so now my name is Ubudi. Can you try? Ubudi. Only if you can, then you can proceed, huh? You can say Ubudi, then you can proceed if you try to say that. Ubudi. Yeah, okay, you can. Huh? Can you? Ubudi.
Ubudi.
Okay. Perfect. Ubudi, you say new, huh?
Say it again.
Ubudi.
Ubudi.
Ubudi? Oh.
Ubudi?
Okay, perfect.
I know, I can't.
The reason why we opened the museum is to keep our culture alive, to teach the visitors how our elders were living in the past, and also to reduce poverty, okay?
The tour would take us around different setups where we'd learn how they made their clothes, jewellery, tools, medicines and food. They're not allowed to hunt anymore, but when they did, no part of the animal went to waste.
So hairs for the pillows, meat we are eating, skin we are wearing, and bones for the decoration. Most of the things that... So this one is our blacksmith. This is where the hunters are staying, making different types of the tools and the weapons.
Back scratcher?
Back scratcher.
Back scratcher? Get your back scratcher.
Shave it.
Beautiful.
There you go.
When we stopped at their traditional pharmacy, she first explained the medicines in her native language.
You understand? So, if you're having too much wind in the stomach, you just get the leaves, you boil them out, then you drink the water. 3-4 minutes, don't stay in the people. Run quickly to the field where you are being alone so you can release your air freely, huh? Like, this is our beer, huh? It's African.
Even tried some of their beer and she was like, oh, what does it taste like? And I was like, oh, it tastes like beer.
It's sweet, later.
Very sweet. Very sweet. Yeah. It didn't. It was like a sweet cider mixed with vomit. But, you know, I wanted to be polite. Look, you on. What happened to you, mate?
Look, jongens. Well, only the girls are there on the face.
Men do not do that, huh? Please, can you take it off very quickly? No. Not for the men. So this is where we are making our traditional fire, okay?
Good. Good.
So if they get
That was really good fun. We had a really sassy guide. She was a good laugh. But yeah, it was great.
The following morning, we drove the last stretch up to Etosha National Park. This was going to be our best opportunity to see some wildlife, and as soon as we entered the park, we pulled up at the first water hole and hit the jackpot.
We've been in the park less than 5 minutes and we've already got our first herd of elephants. Is that a record? It's got to be a record.
Yeah, it's a record, yeah. For less than 5 minutes, you see the elephants.
Let's go for it. Stop backing off, mate.
Fight.
Show some balls. And attack. He's like, get the fuck out of here. This is my spot.
It's my spot.
Oh, there's lots of them there. Look, there's a little family of them.
Oh, the baby.
Don't start charging, I haven't got the zoom lens.
They look so fun.
Good start there, Masivo.
Fantastic start. Less than 5 minutes into the park and we see all what we saw. That's very lucky. Doesn't happen like that, yeah. But we've been a lucky group. Yeah, that's what we're gonna see everything from what I'm seeing.
Alright, so first afternoon at Etosha, it's such a lucky start, and then set up tent here at the campsite, went to the watering hole, which is right by our camps, and there's an elephant right there as well. And we're right by a watering hole. We've got a wild elephant right here. Just having a drink, chilling out, right by our campsite. Then we went out for another drive and we saw some animals in the distance like hyenas and wildebeest, but what we did see up close was a male and female lion.
So guys, if you see the two of them like that, they are on their honeymoon, yeah? And when they mean they are on honeymoon, they mean business. Doing it about 52 times a day.
Yeah.
But it lasts for about 5 seconds.
Very cool. Poor girl.
We're smashing it today, man, smashing it.
I feel proud. I showed my group the king of the jungle, you know. It doesn't happen quite often.
Yeah, it walked right in front of the bus. It was awesome. Never expected to see him like that. What did you see, Simba?
I saw my dad and mom.
We'll be going on another game drive first thing in the morning, but for now, we head back to the campsite and spent the evening watching the animals at the water hole.
We are chilling by the water hole, drinking some wine. There was 6 animals that are right to see in Africa. 3 of them are standing right there. Elephants, rhinos and giraffes. See what we can find.
Now what they are doing here, they are choosing nutrition ones. When they need to satisfy their calcium, they dig the roots. You understand? And eat the roots for calcium.
The sun's rising, which is good because it's freaking freezing.
So this one is a spotted one. Yes, in hyenas, the female are the leaders. They are the biggest also. They dominate their work. Can overpower a man also.
Oh my god, it's so awesome. That's freaking awesome.
As we continued to explore the park, we managed to find the two lions again, who were still enjoying their honeymoon.
Can we creep forward a bit?
Feel like making love.
Okay, we've seen it all.
Don't cock block him.
Aww.
We got two lions chilling right there. Never thought we'd see a lion that good.
You can see the lions.
Never thought I'd see lions fucking in the wild either. They only lasted like 5 seconds and then they had to lie down the rest. So he hasn't got much stamina. But it's so cool. They're literally 10, 20 meters away. Yes.
He's groaning as well.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Don't bite her.
Is that what you got, mate?
Oh.
Jesus.
So check your watch. 15 to 20 minutes again.
She's like going, really?
So disappointed.
Gosh, potato.
Look, there's a lot of people watching. I'm getting nervous, alright? Well, we just did our morning game drive and it was incredible. I mean, I've always wanted to do a safari in Africa, so finally getting to do it was an unbelievable experience. It was freaking freezing. I was freezing my ass off the entire time, but it was so worth it. We spent the middle of the day just chilling out at the campsite before heading out again in Lando, where we got one last glimpse of our favourite lion couple.
Can't really see them, but they're all the way over there. Those two dots.
It's a beautiful end today. End of a safari, drinking beer and watching lions fuck.
Don't worry, you'll understand one day.
Cheers, everyone.
Alright, we got past the halfway point of our trip and it's the end of our time in Namibia, and yeah, the trip's really got into gear now because Etosha National Park just completely exceeded my expectations. And as we're saying on safari, it's all about potluck with wildlife, like it's just about rolling the dice and seeing how it goes. And we did so well, topped off with that perfect sunset with the elephants, giraffes and the rhino. It was unbelievable. It really was breathtaking. was one of the most incredible, awe-inspiring, wonderful things I've ever seen. It's weird because you normally see animals like that in a zoo, but you realise here the roles are reversed because we're in a cage and they're in their natural habitat, and we're just watching them go about their lives, and it was just unbelievable. Sunset. It's the kind of thing you dream about having in Africa but never expect to have, but we got it and it was just brilliant, so we were so lucky for that. First half of the trip's gone really well. I mean, Cape Town seems like a long time ago, and now it's on to Botswana and then Victoria Falls in Zambia. Let's go, hands up, hands up. Like the delta just stretched on as far as the eye can see, and I can't wait till tomorrow to get amongst it and explore it. Speeding past you.
Premature as always.
Mate, what have you got there?
I think I'm the richest guy in the world. $10 trillion.
Zimbabwe money.
Zimbabwe money.
Just cruising along on a beautiful, warm, sunny evening, surrounded by wildlife.
And don't feed yourself to crocodiles, all right?
Okay.
All right.
That baboon just went after my camera bag. It's a good chance we can get flipped.
Oh, are you there?
I'm okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 1. Yeah!